Dodgers forced into an impossible decision. And where do you go from here with the World Series winding down? 2 games done, possible 7. What do the Dodgers need to do? What are the changes that need to be made, man? Or do you just leave it alone and keep sending everybody out there? All right. Obviously, one of the guys we got to talk about with the Dodgers, and I'll get to that in a second. Subscribe, like, turn on notifications. Myself and Mike Nelson, always crushing the content for you, bringing it out 24/7. So let's get into it. One of the guys, I mean, you can't avoid it. You got to talk about Andy Pages right now and the problems he's been having at the plate. Is it a situation now that it's just growing to a point that Alex Call has to come in? Is that the situation with Pages right now? I know he got a hit the other night, but almost got tossed off base. I just don't know. I mean, do you bench him? Is Alex Call the guy? And Hae-Sung Kim is not getting any starting time whatsoever. So what do you do with Andy? That's the thing. What do you do? Do you send him back out there and give him 2 at-bats and then say, okay, Alex Call's going to come into the game now because you had 2 at-bats? Or do you let him go 3 to 4? What do you do with him at this point? And then another one you got to talk about with the Dodgers, you got to talk about Teo. He's been struggling. I know he's been so important to the team earlier in the postseason, but right now he has not been. He is chasing after pitches that aren't in the strike zone. And what do you do there? And it seems like with Dave Roberts, what he does is he'll go ahead and right around the 8th inning or so, he'll pull him out and then he'll replace him. And he'll replace him with Justin Dean as a defensive replacement, and Justin Dean not getting in a bat. And then my question here is, obviously you want Teo's bat, okay? But if it doesn't show up, do you bring him out an inning early and then put Justin Dean in, and maybe he has some luck there? Maybe it's just an opportune time for Alex Call to step up, right? Maybe that's the thing. But if you look at what Andy's been doing and you look at what Teo's doing recently, at least he contributed early, it's been a problem. And if you look at Andy's base hit he had the other day, you would see that the entire team celebrated. They went absolutely crazy when he did that because that's how bad that he has been. So the Dodgers have to do something about it. And Andy got a hit so you can see him erupt. Now, do you keep it going? Do you actually keep sending him out here? And another guy we talk about who needs to show up, right? Shohei needs to show up. He's going to pitch tomorrow night. We know that. But tonight, he could really take advantage and take control of this. Be the guy that the Dodgers got you to be. I mean, so much of the team's chanting against you because you shined them, which is absolutely funny how Toronto is so butthurt over that whole thing. Like, come on at some point. Let that go. But Shohei, grab control of this thing. This is your opportunity. This is the time to do it. Have one of those 3 home run games or a 2 home run game and start it out. Why not first inning? You're not pitching tonight. Glasnow is pitching. So he needs to be the show. He needs to do show-like things is what needs to happen. 100%. All right. Let's talk about the matchup for tonight for the Dodgers. Before we get to that, subscribe, like, turn on notifications, all that good stuff, whatever that means. All right, here you go. Here's the matchup. Mad Max against Tyler Glasnow. They're going head-to-head. Look at Tyler's ERA so far. Yeah, been pitching quite well. Now, a couple of games ago, there was a couple of hiccups. He changed the game plan, and there he is from this on. He's doing good. Now, how about Scherzer? Is Max Scherzer the Max Scherzer of old? I don't think he is of old, but I feel like he can play up to what he needs to be. So the Dodgers, you know, there's plenty of work done on him. He's a former Dodger. Everybody knows what he has. So you got to look for the Dodgers to take advantage of that, especially now. I mean, he's been on the team. It's no secret. He's like 50 years old. No, he's not, but you know what I'm saying. So there's plenty of work that's been done about him, and you know that, right? So that is. But the guy who needs to make it happen is this man right here. Tyler Glasnow. And if you're Tyler Glasnow, and maybe he might be just checking in right now. He might be. I don't know. But if you're Tyler Glasnow, what you need to do is super easy. I'm going to help you out here, Tyler. First pitch strikes. Okay? That's number one thing. Number two, attack the strike zone. You do that, and you're going to change things for the Dodgers in this one. Right? This is what you need to do. That's the attack line. And some of the knock is about him. Not that he's wild or anything like that, but some of the knocks about Glasnow is he nibbles and tries to get that pinpoint accuracy in the strike zone, which, I mean, you got to give it up for the guy. He's a perfectionist. He wants to do the best he can. But sometimes that could take you, you could throw 2 balls before you even throw a strike. So that's why we say attack the strike zone. That is what he needs to do. He needs to absolutely attack that strike zone. First pitch strikes. Keep that pitch count down. Because here's the deal on that. If he can go into this game, if he can somehow manage to have a Yamamoto-like game where you can continue on, and I'm not saying the full game. I'm not saying he needs to pitch the whole entire game. But if he can get just a little farther, 7th, 8th, because they've not seen Roki. Not a lot of people has because he didn't come on until the end of the season. So having Sasaki to be able to step up and make it happen at the end, and they won't be familiar with him just like they weren't familiar with Yamamoto. That is why Taylor Glasnow needs to go as long as possible in this game. And I'm saying 7. Time to put up, man. This is the time to do it. Now, Glasnow needs to be the guy. All right, let's talk about Dave Roberts for a second on this one. What was the story? All right. After airline delays in Canada, Dodgers Dave Roberts downplays the viral comments. It was just a long day. And if anyone who travels, you know a long day in the airport can suck, okay? A long day in an international airport can suck even more. And here's I can speak from experience. I already had an issue in Toronto earlier this year doing a skateboard event out there and was trying to fly back, checked in, ready for my flight. All of a sudden, they're not telling me the truth. Oh, it's delayed. Finally, they cancel the plane. The problem is, once you go through customs in Canada, you're in the U.S. So let's say you check your bag, you get through. Now you're in the U.S. waiting for you because you went through U.S. customs, right? But if your plane doesn't go, then you have to come back out of the airport, get your luggage from a side door, and be back into Canada in a different country than you were after you went through customs. So it's confusing. Yes. Was it done on purpose? No. I'm 100% sure that the Prime Minister did not do that. But maybe. But Canadians are supposed to be nice people, so I wouldn't think they would do that. All right. That's going to do it. Hey, man, tonight, big game. Dodgers need to take this off the bat. The fans are going to be into it. They're going to show up, and they can shut down Toronto big time with the win here tonight. That's going to do it. Dodgers Digest, subscribe, like, turn on notifications. I'm Brad J. As you go through the rest of the day, think Dodger Blue, and let's go Dodgers.